Chapter 1. After learning that I had a monthly living allowance of $500,000, my childhood friend and boyfriend, Scarlett Voss, started copying everything I did. I had naturally curly hair, so she curled her long, straight black hair. I got a new manicure. She took a photo of it and visited 20 different salons just to replicate it. I wore luxury brands. She skipped classes, took on 5 part-time jobs a day, and bought the same ones. At first, I thought she was just a harmless copycat, but a month later, I was diagnosed with a terminal illness and died swiftly. As I closed my eyes for the last time, the family who once adored me didn't even come to say goodbye. Instead, they patted my roommate's head and called her by my name. I was devastated. What on earth had happened? After death, my soul lingered and drifted toward Scarlett Voss. She had moved into my room and was curled up in my boyfriend's arms, smiling smugly. "Thank you, brother Ethan," she said sweetly. "If you hadn't helped fund me, I'd never have had the money to imitate her, steal her luck through the system, and become her. Everything she had is mine now. So that's where it all went wrong. It was the system she used." When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the very day Scarlett first asked to perm her hair like mine. The sound of a camera shutter broke the silence, followed by a flash. Scarlett, who was secretly taking pictures again, quickly hid her phone. Beside me, my friend Sabrina K leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Celeste, want me to check if she's taking photos of you? Lately, I always catch her pointing her phone at you. She's like an obsessed fan. I really can't take it anymore." I shook my head and gestured for her to ignore it. In my past life, I'd confronted her, demanded she hand over the photos, but her phone was empty, and I ended up being accused of bullying her. That same night, her previously straight hair was suddenly permed to match mine. Same color, same curl, same length. After that, even my friends began mistaking her for me from behind. Remembering the system she mentioned, I texted my personal stylist, "Sis, I'm tired of my curls. Design me a hairstyle that's so unique no one can copy it. Do it well, and I'll give you a bonus." She imitated my life to steal my love. 5/20 Tuesday, July 29th, 58%. She was excited and sent a photo right away. A team of 7 or 8 stylists in a design meeting for my new look. I smiled, locked my phone, and turned to Tessa Wynn. "Let's go get haircuts later. Invite Lydia Quinn to my treat." "All right, but only if you let Lydia and me treat you to dinner after. We don't want to mooch off you all the time." I was about to reply when Scarlett's shrill voice interrupted from behind. "Where are you eating? Why didn't you invite me? We're dorm mates. Why are you excluding me? Celeste, do you think you're better than me?" Her voice was so loud that it drew the attention of the entire class. Noticing everyone's stares, she immediately switched to a pitiful tone and lowered her head. "I know you're all from wealthy local families. I'm just a girl from a small town. You must all look down on me, but I really just want to be friends." But her idea of friendship? Every time we went out, she used her supposed poverty to dodge the bill. Whenever we insisted she pay, she guilt-tripped us with sob stories how hard her life was, how little she had. After enough of that, none of us wanted to hang out with her anymore. Just as I was about to pull out my phone and show everyone the evidence, Ethan Granger, my boyfriend and the class monitor, suddenly jumped out like some white knight. "Celeste, didn't I tell you already? I can't stand domineering girls. Just because your family has a bit of money doesn't mean you can bully others." Chapter 2. Scarlett may not come from a wealthy family like yours, but she's better than all of you born with silver spoons in your mouths. Coming from a small town and still getting into the same university, don't you see how hard she's worked? Listening to him go on and on about poverty and watching him defend Scarlett so righteously made me feel sick. If my family hadn't sponsored him, he'd still be stuck in that remote village, turning screws in a factory. If I hadn't begged my parents to give him an extra living allowance, if I hadn't bought him luxury items, how could he have ever pretended to come from a well-off family, looking all polished and refined? But Ethan wasn't grateful at all. He resented the scent of money on me. Worse, he knowingly used my family's money to help Scarlett, the same girl who was scheming to replace me. Recalling the nauseating image of him embracing Scarlett in my past life, I took out my phone and immediately messaged my parents. "Starting today, the company will cut all funding to Ethan. Let him and Scarlett enjoy life as a hard-working part-time couple." Noticing I was still on my phone, Ethan grew even more agitated. "Celeste Marlowe, don't you think you've done anything wrong?" Ethan, can't accept a girl as domineering and unreasonable as you. If you know you're wrong, then apologize to Scarlett right now and make it up to her, or else What are you going to do? I asked coldly. Ethan thought I was afraid, and raised his voice. "If you don't apologize, I'll break up with you." In the past, just hearing the words break up would have made me cave instantly. After all, he saved me from those gangsters 2 years ago. I'd always obeyed him out of gratitude for that. But after experiencing a strange and untimely death in my previous life, I was no longer a girl who saw nothing but love. "Then break up," I said without hesitation. Lifting my gaze from the phone screen to his face, I continued, "Fine, we'll break up. Since you're so offended by my money, you must not value it at all. In that case, return the $300,000 I spent on you over the years. Transfer it back now." He stiffened at first when I mentioned breaking up, but when I brought up money, he suddenly relaxed. Chapter 1. 2. 100%. Tuesday, 29. 1. 58%. He thought I was just bluffing, acting out of emotion, playing hard to get. After all, I'd always been generous to him. There was no way I'd really ask for my money back. Putting on an act, he said. Fine, I'll return it. I don't need your money anyway. But Scarlett, who had used that money to imitate me, was immediately upset. No, brother Ethan, you can't give her anything. You're dating, why should she take money back from you? And didn't you spend money on her when you were together? Probably even more than she did on you. She's asking for $300,000? You'd better tally everything so she doesn't take advantage. Ethan knew exactly how much he'd spent. He felt guilty, but kept pretending to be noble. It's all right, Scarlett. Celeste's my girlfriend. If she wants it, I'll give it to her. He even winked at me while speaking, as if asking me to let it slide again. In the past, I would have stayed silent for the sake of his pride. But this time, I opened the gift record on my phone. You gave me a rose in May 2023, a silver earring in August, and a ceramic bowl in October. That's everything I received in 3 years. The total value? Maybe $500. Then I looked up at him again. Ethan, do you want me to list in front of our classmates exactly how you used, or should I send the payment log to the class group chat for everyone to see? Ethan froze on the spot, scanning my face for even the slightest hesitation. My money? She imitated my life to steal my love. Chapter 3. He realized I was serious, but still refused to apologize in front of everyone. His expression hardened as he clenched his jaw. Fine, it's just $300,000. I'll transfer it. He pulled out his phone and jabbed at the screen. I've sent the money. Don't ever come looking for me again. Despite his words, no transfer notification came through. Scarlett, unaware he was faking it, thought the money had really been sent. She snatched the phone from his hands, eager to withdraw it, but after searching for a while, her expression turned confused. Brother Ethan, I don't see the transfer record. Which bank did you use? Tell me so I can withdraw it. I nearly burst out laughing. Ethan's face flushed, and he barked at her to shut up, trying to drag her away. I stepped in front of them. Ethan, if you really plan to transfer the money, do it properly. Why fake it? I haven't received a thing. Why are you playing games with me? You look down on my money, but live off it and enjoy every bit. Afraid the crowd wouldn't believe me, I raised my phone and showed every major payment platform no incoming funds. Ethan hadn't expected I'd truly expose him in front of everyone. It must be a bad signal the money hasn't arrived yet. I'll do it again. This time, the system voice rang out clearly. A $300,000 transfer confirmed. Ethan's face twisted with visible pain, though he still forced a smug tone. See? I don't care about your money at all. I glanced at the confirmed balance and gave a satisfied smile. Good. The money's received. We're done here, no more ties between us. I turned to pull Tessa away, but Ethan grabbed my wrist. You still haven't apologized to Scarlett for excluding her. You're not leaving. His words reminded me Scarlett hadn't yet flung her lies back at me. Fortunately, I had foresight. I used to dine often at my family's restaurant and always requested a private room with surveillance. I called the manager, had them extract the video of the 4 of us eating out together, and posted it to our class group chat. You want to know why we stopped inviting her? Watch the footage and see for Tuesday, 29 yourselves. With that, I left with my roommates. By the time we arrived at the salon, the class group was in chaos. Wow, how can someone be so proud while freeloading? She's shameless. Don't blame Celeste and the others. If I were them, I'd avoid her too. 58%. As the backlash grew, Scarlett posted a crying emoji, claiming I held a grudge and that the video was fake, but no one was buying it. People aren't fools. In a panic, she began bombarding me with messages, begging me to clarify. Ethan also joined in, flooding my inbox with self-righteous demands. Celeste, I'm so disappointed in you. Isn't this just a little misunderstanding? Did you really have to slander Scarlett like that? You hurt her. You need to apologize, return the $300,000, and transfer another $100,000 as compensation. Otherwise, I really won't forgive you, and we'll never get back together again. His righteous tone while begging for money made me laugh out loud. Did he seriously think I was an ATM? But his idiocy triggered a memory. In my last life, when Scarlett changed her hairstyle, bought luxury bags, and got manicures, someone asked how she could afford it all. She said she earned it through part-time work. One believed that until I heard her and Ethan's conversation right before I died. That's when I realized she mocked me for my privileged background while bleeding me dry without shame. My mood instantly soured. I replied with just one word: scram. Just as I was about to block him with a single tap, a notification popped up, a transfer alert from the Intimate Payment app. Chapter 4. 57% T. A payment notification came from the hair salon. My whole body trembled with rage as I scrolled through the previous transaction history. Skirts, women's underwear, umbrellas, everything. The earliest purchase dated back to March of last year, so they had been cheating on me for that long. I didn't hesitate to post in the class group and tagged Ethan directly. Ethan, using my Intimate Payment to fund your mistress now, are you? Without waiting for a reply, I tagged Scarlett. Scarlett, feeling good? Having fun? A perfect match. The scumbag in the slot. Then I unlinked the intimate payment account and called every shop where I had a membership card, just in case they tried to take advantage again. I made sure no one could use those except me. Meanwhile, right after paying for Scarlett's perm, Ethan found the intimate payment system wasn't working. He thought it was a glitch and kept logging out and back in, trying again and again. The clerk started watching him suspiciously, thinking he was trying to skip out on the bill. Scarlett, clearly embarrassed, whispered urgently, "Brother Ethan, please pay quickly. I'll reward you later, okay?" Left with no choice, Ethan opened his personal payment code and reluctantly used what little money he had left. The moment the payment went through, he blurted out, "Why is it so expensive? It's just a haircut." "Scarlett, were you scammed?" The clerk shot him a cold glance and muttered, "This salon caters to high-end clients. $4,000 isn't even that much. If you can't afford it, don't come in." Ethan's face turned alternating shades of red and white from embarrassment. Just then, he noticed 99 unread messages had popped up in the class group chat. He nearly passed out from anger. He wanted to lash out at me, but realized I had already blocked him. Unaware of the chaos unfolding, I was relaxing while getting my hair done. A few hours later, I had a fresh princess cut. Tessa went blonde, and Lydia got voluminous waves. Satisfied, I thought about posting it on my Moments feed, but decided against it, just in case someone was watching. Still, just thinking about the look on Scarlett's face tomorrow lifted my mood. The next morning, before class, I had just stepped into the corridor when I heard someone calling my name. I turned and saw a student council member staring at Scarlett from behind, mistaking her permed hair for mine. Scarlett turned around with a shy smile. "Oh, student council member, I'm not Celeste. Do we really look that much alike? So many people are mistaking me for her today." My eyes turned icy as I stepped forward. "Look like me? Who? Really? My skin isn't as dark as yours. I'm taller than you, and my eyes aren't that small. Don't lie with a straight face." The student council member blinked, recognizing my new hairstyle, and quickly nodded. "You're right. You don't look like Celeste at all. I only mistook her because of the curls." She grabbed my hand and smiled sweetly. "But your new hairstyle is gorgeous, better than before. I won't confuse you two again." Other friends joined in. "Yes, it's stunning. I used to think big waves suited you, but this new cut is even better. It's so unique. You can tell it was custom designed. If anyone tries to copy it, they'll just end up looking like a fool imitating another fool. It'll never work." Scarlett's face turned crimson. She stomped her foot in frustration. "What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I want to look like her? You think I want to be her?" Her jealous gaze locked onto my hair as she spat. "It's ugly. Hideous. Who even told you to get a princess cut? It doesn't suit you at all." I didn't get angry seeing her like that. Instead, I gently brushed my fingers through her hair and smiled. "Really? I just like it." After knocking her hand away, Scarlett chased after me and blocked my path. "Ethan won't like it. He prefers the way you used to look." Afraid I wouldn't believe her, she dragged Ethan in front of me. "Right, brother Ethan? You think so too, don't you?" Ethan glanced at me, his ears turning red. He trembled like he was having a seizure and couldn't say a word. Scarlett was furious and burst into tears, shoving me into the classroom. "You're sick. Go see a doctor if you are." Chapter 05, 58%. I cursed back and pushed her away. During the break, Lydia, who had just come back from the bathroom, leaned over and whispered. I overheard Scarlett on a call. "She's booked a manicure this afternoon. Guess what? The style she showed them is the exact same photo you posted 2 days ago. If I hadn't bumped into her phone, I'd never have known she's copying you." That reminded me. One looked up Scarlett and was about to block her, but suddenly, I had a better idea and changed my mind. "Perfect. I'm tired of this manicure anyway. Let's switch it up." 5:21 Tuesday, July 20th. No. Switch to what? Chapter 4, 57% T. A payment notification came from the hair salon. My whole body trembled with rage as I scrolled through the previous transaction history. Skirts, women's underwear, umbrellas, everything. The earliest purchase dated back to March of last year, so they had been cheating on me for that long. I didn't hesitate to post in the class group and tagged Ethan directly. @Ethan, using my intimate payment to fund your mistress now, are you? Without waiting for a reply, I tagged Scarlett. @Scarlett, feeling good? Having fun? A perfect match. The scumbag in the slot. Then I unlinked the intimate payment account and called every shop where I had a membership card, just in case they tried to take advantage again. I made sure no one could use those except me. Meanwhile, right after paying for Scarlett's perm, Ethan found the intimate payment system wasn't working. He thought it was a glitch and kept logging out and back in, trying again and again. The clerk started watching him suspiciously, thinking he was trying to skip out on the bill. Scarlett, clearly embarrassed, whispered urgently, "Brother Ethan, please pay quickly. I'll reward you later, okay?" Left with no choice, Ethan opened his personal payment code and reluctantly used what little money he had left. The moment the payment went through, he blurted out, "Why is it so expensive? It's just a haircut." "Scarlett, were you scammed?" The clerk shot him a cold glance and muttered, "This salon caters to high-end clients. $4,000 isn't even that much. If you can't afford it, don't come in." Ethan's face turned alternating shades of red and white from embarrassment. Just then, He noticed 99 unread messages had popped up in the class group chat. He nearly passed out from anger. He wanted to lash out at me, but realized I had already blocked him. Unaware of the chaos unfolding, I was relaxing while getting my hair done. A few hours later, I had a fresh princess cut. Tessa went blonde, and Lydia got voluminous waves. Satisfied, I thought about posting it on my Moments feed, but decided against it, just in case someone was watching. Still, just thinking about the look on Scarlett's face tomorrow lifted my mood. The next morning, before class, I had just stepped into the corridor when I heard someone calling my name. I turned and saw a student council member staring at Scarlett from behind, mistaking her permed hair for mine. Scarlett turned around with a shy smile. "Oh, student council member, I'm not Celeste. Do we really look that much alike? So many people are mistaking me for her today." My eyes turned icy as I stepped forward. "Look like me? Who? Really? My skin isn't as dark as yours. I'm taller than you, and my eyes aren't that small. Don't lie with a straight face." The student council member blinked, recognizing my new hairstyle, and quickly nodded. "You're right. You don't look like Celeste at all. I only mistook her because of the curls." She grabbed my hand and smiled sweetly. "But your new hairstyle is gorgeous, better than before. I won't confuse you two again." Other friends joined in. "Yes, it's stunning. I used to think big waves suited you, but this new cut is even better. It's so unique. You can tell it was custom designed. If anyone tries to copy it, they'll just end up looking like a fool imitating another fool. It'll never work." Scarlett's face turned crimson. She stomped her foot in frustration. "What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I want to look like her? You think I want to be her?" Her jealous gaze locked onto my hair as she spat. "It's ugly. Hideous. Who even told you to get a princess cut? It doesn't suit you at all." I didn't get angry seeing her like that. Instead, I gently brushed my fingers through her hair and smiled. "Really? I just like it." After knocking her hand away, Scarlett chased after me and blocked my path. "Ethan won't like it. He prefers the way you used to look." Afraid I wouldn't believe her, she dragged Ethan in front of me. "Right, brother Ethan? You think so too, don't you?" Ethan glanced at me, his ears turning red. He trembled like he was having a seizure and couldn't say a word. Scarlett was furious and burst into tears, shoving me into the classroom. "You're sick. Go see a doctor if you are." Chapter 05, 58%. I cursed back and pushed her away. During the break, Lydia, who had just come back from the bathroom, leaned over and whispered. I overheard Scarlett on a call. "She's booked a manicure this afternoon. Guess what? The style she showed them is the exact same photo you posted 2 days ago. If I hadn't bumped into her phone, I'd never have known she's copying you." That reminded me. One looked up Scarlett and was about to block her, but suddenly, I had a better idea and changed my mind. "Perfect. I'm tired of this manicure anyway. Let's switch it up." 5:21 Tuesday, July 20th. No. Switch to what? Chapter 5. Scarlett tilted her head and eyed us suspiciously. "You're not planning to change it, are you?" When no one answered, she muttered to herself. "I heard that too many manicures can damage the nail bed and even cause cancer." I frowned. "Seriously?" Thinking I bought it, she nodded eagerly. "Yeah, so don't do your nails all the time." You're right. I patted Lydia on the shoulder. "Looks like we can't get manicures too often anymore." Thinking I believed her, Scarlett beamed. After class, she headed straight to get her nails done. Watching her walk away, Lydia nudged me with a grin. "Nice. If she's always a step behind, imagine how annoyed she'll be." I laughed and took a taxi to the nail salon. Using the elements I loved, the manicurist created a custom 3D design. She promised me, "Don't worry, it's completely original, no duplicates, not even for foreigners. If anyone else asks for this look, I'll turn them down." Pleased, I topped up my salon card with $10,000. When it was done, I snapped a photo to show off. By now, Scarlett must have just finished hers. I could only imagine how she felt when she saw mine. Right on cue, my phone rang. It was Scarlett. Ignored the call and let it ring. She was persistent, calling over and over, up to 30 times, before giving up. To leave her even more frustrated, we went shopping after dinner and didn't return until 10 p.m. As soon as we stepped into the dorm, Scarlett grabbed my hand, frantic to see if I had changed my nails. She saw that they were completely different from the ones I posted earlier. Her eyes went bloodshot. "Celeste, are you doing this just to spite me? You just got a manicure the day before yesterday. Why change it today? Are you so rich you can waste money like that? Didn't I tell?" 5:21 Tuesday, July 29th. "And gee, you getting too many manicures is bad? Why change it now?" She raised her own hands, fuming. "Do you know I spent $2,500 on these? And now you change yours like it's nothing? Can't you think about me for once?" Looking into her crazed eyes, I spread my hands and replied innocently. Chapter 6. There's nothing I can do. My monthly allowance is $500,000. I have plenty of money. I can spend it however I want. Change styles whenever I feel like it. If I don't use it up, I get anxious all over. Scarlett, furious, snapped without thinking. "Why change it? You're just flaunting your wealth. You're wasting money spending thousands on manicures, constantly changing your hairstyle. Why don't you donate some of that money to those in need? You're a textbook narcissist. Honestly, I'm ashamed of you." If I were you, I'd be too embarrassed to live, and your parents are just as disgraceful spending your allowance instead of donating it. Slap. At the mention of my parents, I raised my hand and struck her hard across the face. Still not satisfied, I slapped her again on the right cheek. I grabbed her chin, shoved her toward the door, and warned her with cold fury. Our company has its own charity foundation. We help countless people every year. Who are you to judge them? You don't get to feel entitled to other people's money. Understand? If I ever hear you insult my parents again, I will rip your tongue out. Scarlett was startled by my glare and mumbled, I was just thinking of what's best for you. I didn't mean anything by it. My roommates, overhearing everything, sneered and jumped in to defend me. How someone spends their money is none of your damn business. You're unbelievable perming your hair and getting manicures yourself, then guilt-tripping others for doing the same. Hypocrite. After I let her go, Scarlett had the audacity to act tough. If you dare lay a hand on me again, I'll make sure brother Ethan never speaks to you again. Great. I'd prefer that, I said flatly. I ignored her after that, packed up my things, and moved into an apartment near campus. Tessa and Lydia couldn't stand her either and said they wanted to come with me. Before, I'd still sleep in the dorm sometimes because I wanted to gossip with them or needed to be close for early classes. But now, I couldn't bear to stay in the same room as that lunatic, not even for a second. Before I left, I planted a tiny listening device behind the cabinet. Not long after I stepped out, I heard Scarlett kick a chair and scream, "Damn it, my imitation index was at 20, and even the system said the resemblance was, Chapter 6 high. Now it's down to 10. If it drops to 0, not only will I fail this strategy, I'll be penalized." She called Ethan. "Brother Ethan, you have to help me. Please talk to Celeste and convince her to come back to the dorm. I need to keep observing what she wears and buys. I have to mimic her precisely." All right, but Scarlett, how will you reward me? He asked. I immediately shut off the monitor. I didn't need to hear their pathetic flirting, but I understood what she meant now. If I wanted to break free from that cursed system and reclaim control over my life, I had to make sure Scarlett's mission failed. But how? What would make her system register the imitation as a failure? An idea sparked in my mind. While I was ironing out the plan with my roommates, a strange number popped up on my phone. To my surprise, Ethan was on the line. His tone had completely changed, soft, sweet, coaxing. He said all the things I used to melt for, but now they just made my skin crawl. Still, for the sake of the plan, I played along. After returning to the dorm, Scarlett's attitude had taken a 180. She even apologized. "Celeste, I was wrong before. You know, I come from a poor background, and I didn't know any better. I shouldn't have guilt-tripped you. I'll work on myself. Really, can you forgive me?" Chapter 7. I flicked my nails and replied indifferently, "Of course." She hadn't expected me to agree so easily. Swallowing her words, she quickly shifted the topic. Pointing to the skirt suit I had hung up, she asked, "Is this what you're wearing tomorrow?" When I nodded, she frowned, clearly hesitating to say something. I fought back a laugh and asked, "What is it?" "I just think this one doesn't suit you. Actually, that white suit would look better on you." I glanced at the cheapest outfit hanging there and nodded. "You're right. I'll wear that one tomorrow. Thanks for the suggestion." Scarlett exhaled in relief, a flicker of joy lighting up her eyes. The next morning, seeing me in that outfit, she couldn't hide her smile. As we stepped out together, she suddenly clutched her stomach, claiming it hurt, and told us to go ahead without her. Tessa, Lydia, and I exchanged looks, pretending to leave, but actually hid around the corner. Sure enough, Scarlett emerged shortly after dressed in the exact same outfit I wore. "Celeste, why is she putting in so much effort to copy you?" Yeah, first it was hair and manicures, now clothes too. That's a lot of money for someone as stingy as her. I couldn't explain the system to them. Whatever the reason, it's not something good. You two should change quickly. When Scarlett entered the classroom wearing the same clothes, she began making excuses. "Celeste, my clothes got dirty, so I changed into the same outfit as yours. You don't mind, do you?" Without even looking up, I said, "Not at all. You can wear whatever you like." Then if I always wear the same clothes as you won't mind either." Of course not. That's entirely up to you." Pleased with herself, Scarlett smirked in satisfaction, but her expression shifted the moment Tessa and Lydia walked in. She pointed at them, her voice shaking. "You weren't wearing that earlier. Why are you dressed like us now?" Tessa and Lydia glanced at each other, stifling their laughter, and echoed her excuse. "Oh, our clothes got dirty too, so we changed." To make her even more furious, the two spun around. "So, we match Celeste now. Do we look good?" "Totally. It suits us perfectly." Scarlett trembled before exploding. "It looks good. Who told you to dress like Celeste? Don't you get it? Only I can imitate her." Her crazed expression terrified the entire class. People pointed at her, their fingers almost touching her face. I watched the scene with delight. After listening to that last recording, I had a theory. If Scarlett was only mimicking me, what would happen if my traits became shared by others? Would her system still count it as imitating me specifically? If I weren't unique anymore, even if she picked me as her strategy target, the system couldn't confirm it was me. Judging by her reaction, I was right. Realizing she'd lost control, Scarlett gradually composed herself. But just as she calmed down, a few freshmen walked in wearing the same skirt I had on and she lost it again. Clutching her hair, she muttered in panic, "What's going on? Why is this happening?" Then she suddenly turned and stared at me. Chapter 8. You planned all this, didn't you? You did it on purpose, didn't you? What did I do on purpose? Are you the one wearing the same outfit as me for some hidden reason? Already feeling guilty, Scarlett quickly avoided my gaze. No, I just feel bad for you. After all, who wants to see so many people dressed like them? It's fine, I don't mind. When she heard that, it was like a lump of cotton was stuck in her throat. She couldn't say another word. After that day, no matter what outfit Scarlett suggested I wear, someone would always show up wearing the same thing. Refusing to give up, she decided to buy even more matching items. Cups, lipsticks, dolls, bracelets, earrings, shoes. I used high-end brands, so naturally, nothing came cheap. But I changed my things often. Usually, I'd switch to something new right after Scarlett bought hers, and she could never keep up. When she ran out of money, she borrowed from online lending apps. When she couldn't pay those back, she called Ethan for help. One time, while I was in the restroom, I overheard Ethan venting to her, "Scarlett, because of you, I upset Celeste and had to transfer $300,000 to her. That was all I had. Now my funding's been mysteriously cut off. You keep asking me for money. I'm broke. Can't you get a part-time job or something?" Scarlett put on her usual pitiful expression. "Brother Ethan, I'm looking for one. I want to be self-sufficient, but I've tried everything. You don't know how excessive Celeste is. She changes everything from head to toe every 2 days. I just buy what she has and boom, she switches again. I can only keep spending more to stay in step with her. I came to you because I had no other choice," she added. "I've already borrowed online just to keep up. I don't want to miss any payments. Please, you have to help me. If nothing else works, maybe you can go coax Celeste again. She still loves you. If you flatter her and make her happy, I'm sure she'll give the money back." Ethan looked absolutely miserable, but he agreed anyway. After that, he started treating me better than he ever did when we were together, fulfilling every request I made. I accepted everything without question, pretending not to notice his subtle hints that she imitated to steal my love was short on cash. One time, Ethan finally asked me directly for money. I changed my expression, handed him $500, and patted his shoulder. "I know you hate when I insult you with money, so spend it wisely." Ethan's face twisted in anger. He shoved the money back at me. "You treat me like a beggar. What am I supposed to do with this?" I sighed, took the money back, and said calmly, "If you think that's what I'm doing, then I really can't help you." He was furious, but didn't dare to break up with me again. From then on, he had no choice but to find a part-time job. Not long after, Scarlett had to find one too. One time, the three of us went out for barbecue and happened to catch the two of them working there, serving food and cleaning tables. We were eating happily when Scarlett swallowed her envy and said, "Celeste, don't you think you're being too much? You sit here eating good food and drinking, while your boyfriend has to work just to make ends meet. He's been so good to you. He even transferred $300,000 to you, but you don't appreciate him at all." She phrased it cleverly, twisting the truth. Anyone unaware of the real story would have thought I was freeloading off my boyfriend, like some gold digger. Sure enough, those nearby started whispering. A few middle-aged men craned their necks and whistled at me, jeering, "Hey, pretty girl, you're too gorgeous to be wasting time mooching off some guy. You should at least pay your boyfriend back." Right? The world's upside down now. That poor guy's breaking his back while you play princess. Girl, have some decency. Chapter 9. Hearing the people around condemning me, a smug smile crept across Scarlett's lips, but it quickly disappeared, because Ethan walked over and slapped her across the face. It happened so suddenly that everyone, including Scarlett, was frozen in shock. "She's lying," he said. "The $300,000 was money my ex-girlfriend spent. I just returned it to her. Besides, I'm a student whose family sponsors. She's not a gold digger." The moment he finished, all the judgmental eyes turned to Scarlett. Clutching her cheek, she broke down. "Brother Ethan, I was only doing this for your sake. Why would you treat me like this? I hate you." She flung the cleaning rag aside and stormed out. Ethan didn't follow. Instead, he squatted down and looked up at me. "Celeste, this is me showing sincerity. What do you think?" "I know you hate Scarlett. I've made my choice. Are you satisfied now?" But within a week, dark circles had settled under his eyes. His clothes were plain, worn, and even carried a foul odor. Without financial help from my family, without my support, and with Scarlett constantly asking for money, he could no longer handle the strain. "Tell me, why does Scarlett keep copying me? Why does she keep buying what I buy, even when she's broke?" "If I tell you, what do I get in return?" "That depends on the value of your answer." Ethan paused, then leaned in and whispered something to me. Scarlett, who had stormed off earlier, was standing by the roadside waiting for Ethan. When he didn't come, she hesitated, bit her lip, and walked back. But at the entrance of the barbecue place, she saw Ethan talking closely with me. Her face went pale, like she'd been struck by lightning. If Ethan had exposed her system, she was finished. "What are you doing?" She stormed over and dragged Ethan aside. They argued fiercely before parting on bad terms. After that day, she kept an even closer watch on me. "Celeste, you look so pretty today. Going somewhere special. Yes, a date. Ethan said he's taking me to a Michelin-starred restaurant. As soon as I left, she followed me by taxi. I caught sight of her crouching outside the place, and then entering the restaurant, all smiles. But when she saw Ethan actually show up, she was visibly upset. This time, though, she was smart enough not to approach us. From then on, she started shadowing us. Every time Ethan and I went out, she trailed close behind. On the 10th time I caught her, I stepped into the restroom and made a call loud enough for her to overhear. Oh, please, it's just $2 million. If Ethan wants it, I'll give it to him. He told me Scarlett's secret. That little amount means nothing to me. Her secret? You mean the reason she keeps imitating me? Yeah, I didn't expect her plan to go that deep. She actually wants to replace me. After hanging up, I touched up my lipstick and stepped out only to find Scarlett right there. She kicked over a trash can and shouted, "Bitch, you're all bitches." Just wait. My plan won't fail. A few moments later, a voice crackled from my hidden monitor. System, my imitation index is at 0. Can I still become Celeste and live her life? What if I just kill her? No, you're meant to mimic the target and siphon her luck through resemblance. If you kill her, the mission fails. This doesn't work, and that doesn't work either. You said if I fail, I'll enter the self-destruct program. If I die, what do I do? Chapter 10. Then die. Anyway, I'll just change to a new host. Scarlett hadn't expected the system to be so cold-blooded. She stared at the screen in horror, her voice trembling. But, I don't want to die. Isn't there any way I can survive? No. The self-destruction program has already been activated. However, you're allowed to take others with you. That way, you won't die alone. The program will begin in 3 days. Please make necessary preparations. For a few seconds, the room was deathly silent. Then, an unsettling, manic laughter echoed. Fine. If I can't live, then I'll drag everyone down with me. Alarmed, I immediately told someone to watch Scarlett closely, fearing what she might do. But deep down, I knew that wouldn't be enough. She was desperate and dangerous. We needed a better plan. The safest course was to isolate her on the day the program activated. Just as I was drafting a group announcement to warn the others, a new message notification pinged. It was from Scarlett. Everyone, I've caused so much trouble recently. As an apology, I'd like to invite you all for dinner at the farmhouse in 3 days. Let's get together one last time. She even tagged me directly. At Celeste, I especially hope you'll come. To keep her calm, I pretended nothing was wrong and replied that I'd be there. On the 3rd day, we made our move. Undercover police arrived at the farmhouse hours in advance and quietly cleared out unrelated guests. Everyone was ready in position. When Scarlett got out of the car, she looked around, frowning. Isn't this place usually packed? Why's it so empty today? The proprietress, pale and stiff, forced a smile and replied, maybe it's just a slow day. People are probably busy. Scarlett seemed satisfied with the excuse and led her old classmates cheerfully into the private room. I followed close behind Anne, leaning slightly, whispered one word in her ear, system. She froze for a moment. Then I took her arm and smoothly guided her outside, pretending to want a private chat. Ethan, whom I'd asked to come earlier, was already waiting in the courtyard. So, Scarlett said with a cold, sharp glint in her eyes, what did you want to talk about? Her stare was terrifying, like she was already looking at my corpse. I glanced at my watch, gauging the time left before detonation. Stalling was crucial now. Why are you targeting me, Scarlett? I asked, feigning confusion. Didn't you always say you looked down on me for being born with a silver spoon? Then why try to take my life? A twisted smile crept onto her face. Don't act innocent. I just think it's unfair. Why do people like you get to live so effortlessly? What makes you better than me? I'm not worse than you. I let my lips curl into a cruel smirk, hoping to provoke her. But you are worse, in every way. And no matter how hard you try, you'll never be like me. You're nothing but a failed copy. A loser. I pointed at Ethan beside me. Even he chose me. You've already been abandoned. Scarlett, it's over. Her eyes darkened with fury, and her lips parted in a manic grin. Ha ha ha. Celeste, you were all supposed to die today. But since you're volunteering to face me first, don't blame me for what happens next. Ethan took a step forward, startled. Scarlett, what are you talking about? But she ignored him. Instead, she shouted at the top of her lungs, initiate self-destruct. All of you die with me. But something went wrong. Her smile faltered. She blinked, confused. The detonation hadn't triggered. Seizing the moment, I shoved her hard. She screamed as she tumbled backward right into the deep pit we had dug in advance. But she wasn't alone. At the last second, she managed to grab Ethan's arm, dragging him down with her. No. I screamed, but it was too late. I turned and ran, lungs burning, heart hammering. Behind me, a deafening explosion split the air. Flames burst upward in a violent wave, but they were confined to the pit. I collapsed a few meters away, coughing, soot-streaked and shaken. My classmates rushed toward me, pulling me to my feet amid roaring applause. Celeste, you saved us. Yeah, if it weren't for you, we'd all be dead. That Scarlett was completely insane. Their voices faded into the background. All I could hear was the pounding of my heartbeat. The nightmare of my previous life, my stolen fate, my eroded luck was finally over. I had reclaimed my future. I no longer had to live in fear of being copied, replaced, or destroyed. As life slowly returned to normal, people stopped mentioning Scarlett. Her name faded into silence. Ethan survived. Barely. But he would never walk again. I visited him in the hospital, lying on the bed, pale and broken. He muttered in confusion. I never told anyone her secret. I gave her money. I supported her. Why did she want me dead? I remembered how I'd once asked him to share what he knew about her. He had whispered in my ear, Scarlett was vain, obsessed with beauty. She envied you, wanted to become you. He never mentioned the system, even at the end. That's how the leak was discovered, because I made a vague phone call from a bathroom stall, and Scarlett assumed the worst. Bad luck, I whispered, placing the bouquet gently on his bedside table. I straightened and looked him in the eyes. We're over, Ethan. You can lie here and miss your precious Scarlett all you want. He reached for me, unwilling, but I turned and closed the door behind me. I stepped into the sun and drew in a deep breath, letting the light bathe me. My life was my own again. But just as I took a step forward, a cold mechanical voice echoed in my ear. Celeste, Aurora Vale, from your department, has a monthly living allowance of 1 million. She's wealthier than you. Would you like to become her? I didn't hesitate. Get lost. End.